reached the Social Security Fraud Hotline. Please listen carefully as our menu options have changed. Para español, marque 7. If this is a life-threatening emergency, please hang up and dial 911. We are available to answer your call from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday, excluding federal holidays. You can report fraud 24 hours a day through our website, as well as learn what types of fraud we investigate. Please visit oig.ssa.gov. If you're calling because you received a call from someone who asked you to resolve a problem with your Social Security account or number, or threatened arrest or other legal action against you, press or say 1. If you are calling because you want to report identity theft or consumer fraud involving another federal agency, press or say 2. If you want to report Medicare or Medicaid fraud, press or say 3. If you need help with your Social Security benefits or applying for Social Security, if you received a call about a problem with your Social Security account or number, press or say 1. To report... Sorry, I didn't understand. If you're calling about a suspicious call you received regarding your Social Security account or number, press 1. Sorry, we seem to be having trouble. Thank you for calling the Social Security Fraud Hotline. Hang up and dial 911. We are available to answer your call from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday, excluding federal holidays. You can report fraud 24 hours a day through our website, as well as learn what types of fraud we investigate. Please visit oig.ssa.gov. If you're calling because you received a call from someone who asked you to resolve a problem with your Social Security account or number, or threatened arrest or other legal action against you, press or say 1. If you are calling... Sorry. If you'd like to hear that information about Social Security scams again, press or say 6. To go back to the beginning of this message, press or say 7. Or if you're finished, feel free to hang up. If you're calling because you received a call from someone who asked you to resolve a problem with your Social Security account or number, or threatened arrest or other legal action against you, press or say 1. If you are calling because you want to report identity theft, there is a widespread telephone scam happening right now across the country involving Social Security. There are many variations, but the caller ID may show a government number, and the caller may say there is a problem with your Social Security number or account. They may threaten to arrest you unless you pay a fine or fee using cash, retail gift cards, prepaid debit cards, or wire transfers. If you receive a call like this, you should hang up. If you receive a voicemail, email, or text like this, do not respond. If there is a problem with your Social Security number or record, Social Security will mail you a letter. If you need to submit payments to Social Security, the agency will send a letter with instructions and payment options. If you want to report a Social Security scam, please visit our website at oig.ssa.gov. We do not accept these reports by phone. When you submit a report online, we will gather useful information like the caller ID number and the callback number, as well as whether you lost money to a scammer, and if so, how much. Again, if you want to report a Social Security scam, please visit oig.ssa.gov. These scams are widespread across the country, And scammers may also impersonate other government or law enforcement agencies. Be cautious about providing personal information to someone who calls you, and never provide payment to callers over the phone. Talk to your friends and family so they know to hang up and ignore these scams. To listen to this message again, press or say 6. To go back to the main menu, press or say 7. Or if you're finished, feel free to hang up. If you're calling because you received a call from someone who asked you to resolve a problem with your Social Security account or number, or threatened arrest or other legal action against you, press or say 1. If you are calling because you want to report identity theft or consumer fraud involving another federal agency, press or say 2. If you want to report Medicare or Medicaid fraud, press or say 3. If you need help with your Social Security benefits or applying for Social Security, or to learn more about Social Security programs, press or say 4. If you want to report Social Security fraud, press or say 5. To listen to these options again, press or say. Thank you for calling to report Social Security program fraud, waste, or abuse, or wrongdoing in SSA programs or operations. We accept reports of suspected fraud, waste, and abuse related to Social Security programs and operations. This can include Social Security benefit fraud or supplemental security income fraud, including concealing work and earnings, medical improvement, living arrangements, or other factors that affect benefit eligibility or amount, misuse of benefits by a representative payee, agency contract or procurement fraud, Social Security employee fraud, or buying or selling of counterfeit Social Security cards. We also accept reports of wrongdoing in SSA programs and operations by Social Security employees or contractors, or reports of reprisal for whistleblowing. The best way to report fraud to us is on our website at oig.ssa.gov. Our fraud reporting form is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you cannot submit a report online, press or say 0 to speak to a representative. To listen to this message again. Okay, one moment while I get someone to help you.
Thank you for calling the Social Security Administration Office of Inspector General Hotline. To continue in English, please press 1.
Para continuar en español, oprima el 2.
This hotline receives allegations of fraud, waste, abuse, and mismanagement involving Social Security's programs, operations, employees, or contractors. If this call is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911 or notify the local law enforcement agency. We are currently experiencing a high call volume due to a telephone scam happening across the country involving Social Security. The caller ID may show a government number, and the caller may say there's a problem with your Social Security number. They often threaten to arrest or other legal action if you do not make a payment in cash, retail gift cards, prepaid debit cards, or wire transfers. If you receive a call like this, you should hang up. If you want to report a Social Security telephone scam, please visit our website at oig.ssa.gov. We are no longer accepting these reports by phone. Again, to report a Social Security telephone scam, please visit our website at oig.ssa.gov. If you have questions about your Social Security benefits, Social Security account, or Social Security card, you must contact the Social Security Administration. We cannot help you with any Social Security customer service issues at this hotline. You can visit Social Security online at www.socialsecurity.gov. We also do not take reports of identity theft that does not involve Social Security benefits. If someone used your personal information, including your Social Security number, to get a loan or a job, file a tax return, or conduct other business, please visit the Federal Trade Commission's Identity Theft website at www.identitytheft.gov to file a complaint and get a personal recovery plan. To report Medicare or Medicaid fraud, waste, abuse, or mismanagement, press 1. If you want to report fraud, waste, or abuse within SSA programs, such as disability or supplemental security income, or if you're reporting misconduct or mismanagement by an employee or contractor of the Social Security Administration, press 2. If you would like to hear these options again, please press 0. To report Medicare or Medicaid fraud, waste, abuse, or mismanagement, press 1. If you want to report fraud, waste, or abuse within SSA programs, such as disability or supplemental security income, or if you're reporting misconduct or mismanagement. SSA OIG Fraud Hotline. My name is Robin. How can I help you today?
Robin, I have a SSA OIG claims number 159206. Do you know what that is?
No, sir.
You do not.
Sir.
I also need contact information for your investigators, specifically a Special Agent Jeremy Pilburn, spelled Pilburn.
Okay, sir. So I don't have any investigators' contact information or any information of that sort. Here at this hotline, we intake reports on suspected fraudulent activities regarding Social Security benefits. So
Okay,
how can
well
I
I
assist you
have
today
a.
with anything
I
of
would
that
like
sort?
to. I would like to make a report then that person whose name is listed on this document that I'm holding in my hand is listed as SSA OIG Special Agent Jeremy Pilburn, and it appears that he is withholding evidence of fraud from the Social Security Administration.
Okay, so could you explain a little bit further? So
Well,
you
I
received
have
a
a
letter
document.
for what?
I'd have a document in my hand from Federal Protective Services, Homeland Security, that purports to be a statement of probable cause, and it lists the name SSA OIG Special Agent Jeremy Pilburn was provided background information to a individual law enforcement officer, Inspector Lucas of Homeland Security, and did not provide the information that he was investigating fraud.
And so it's saying he's withholding information from the SSA OIG?
It does, none of this in here says that they're investigating fraud, but that's what the only thing that I have is a fraud investigation. But this is a statement to me that says that someone from Homeland Security interviewed OIG Special Agent Jeremy Pilburn, and Mr. Pilburn apparently acted like I never filed complaint number 159206.
So you filed a report originally, and now you're receiving this letter that's stating that Jeremy Spielberg didn't?
I got a letter from a different government department that says it's Homeland Security, that says that they investigated someone at the Office of Inspector General named Special Agent Jeremy Pilburn, who says that I don't have a fraud investigation there. But I know that I do because I just gave you the claim number. I have a recorded phone call, and I actually have the report that I filed with the Office of Inspector General. But I have a letter in my hand that says that Agent Jeremy Pilburn is withholding that information. So what I need to file that report that says that this special agent is withholding that information from Homeland Security's Inspector Lucas Jr.
All right, just give me one moment, please, okay?
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
I can.
All right, so I appreciate you being patient with me. I just need a little bit more information because at the moment I can't really go off of
I don't
what
really
you
know.
have.
I don't really know much. All I know is that I can tell you that the Office of Inspector General
Okay.
report that I filed was given a, well, no, the Social Security Administration fraud report that I filed was given a claims number of 159206. But the
Okay.
actual report that I filed with, I'll have to look and see. I was doing something trying to multitask and see the actual date. But because
All right.
I have not
So,
heard, because I have not heard back from an investigator since I filed the Office of Inspector General report. I've I've also read, I don't know where this law is, that they said that there's a law that says that they don't have to respond or provide information once a report is filed. I
right.
just
So
don't.
just give me one moment, please, to explain something. So I put you on a hold for a brief moment. I spoke with the supervisor to clarify some of the information you were stating, and they suggested that I refer you to the Department of Homeland Security Office of the Inspector General.
To report this agent at the office of, but how would that be involved with the Social Security Administration
Because
Office of
if the
Inspector
Department of
General?
Homeland Security, sir, if the Department of Homeland Security tried to get a hold of you,
They
a
didn't.
hotline would.
They did get a hold of me. They're the ones
Right.
that
So
gave me
therefore,
the
this case.
document that said that they
All
spoke
right,
to
sir.
this.
So I'm trying to assist you here.
Let me talk. Let me talk to your supervisor, the one that you just
Okay.
talked to, since you're trying to
Okay.
assist me. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Since you're trying to assist me, maybe your supervisor can.
Okay. Give me one moment,
I
please.
certainly will. Since we all know she's not going to get a supervisor, I'm just going to call back. Let them go through their little
You have reached.
spiel.
GOP. If you're calling because you received a call from someone who asked you to resolve a problem with your Social Security account. If you are calling because you want to report identity theft or consumer fraud involving another federal agency, press or say 2. If you want to report Medicare or Medicaid fraud, press or say 3. If you need help with your Social Security benefits or applying for Social Security, or to learn more
Other contact information given on the letter. It was just stated that it was sent to you by Department
I
Department
did.
of Homeland Security.
You're the supervisor.
Yeah.
individual you were talking to before.
Okay, well, let me clarify, as I told you earlier. I'm conducting my own investigation aside from an Office of Inspector General investigation that should have been conducted based on information that I sent to the Office of Inspector General on August the 30th. You have an employee at the Office of Inspector General for the Social Security Administration named Special Agent Jeremy Pilburn, who claims that email, that information for fraud has not been filed. That's why I called you. And that's all I've told you. You're an employee named Special Agent Jeremy Pilburn says that I didn't file the document that I'm looking at right now that is a fraud claim against the Social Security Administration. All Social Security Administration employees lying about it.
Thank you. One moment.
If this is a life-threatening emergency,
Clarity, it says calling the office and harassing his staff, it has risen to the level of being a nuisance. I'm going to come down there and haul your blank to parchment. You're going to see how a GD black man in Mississippi can make things happen. Does that sound like me? How I can make things happen? No, I use statutes. When I say I'm taking you to jail, I say I'm taking you to jail because 5 USC 552A subsection I says I can take you to jail. Call resulted in disruption of service representatives performing their official duties providing administrative telephone services via telephone appointment and prevented their official duties providing administrative services via telephone. I hope I stopped the genocide, but unfortunately I did not. You come and take a visit, as the video says. Take a look at the website and you'll see my phone calls did not stop the administration of genocide. It's still happening. Young lady's getting paid for it right now.
Medicaid fraud, press 3. For information on Social Security benefits or programs, 4. To report Social Security fraud, 5. To hear the options again, press 6. Thank you for calling to report Social Security program fraud.
All right, can you hear me?
I can.
All right. So I did speak with the supervisor again at the moment there on
Ma'am, I'm not, I'm giving you the benefit of doubt when you say you're speaking to a supervisor, but when I requested to speak to a supervisor under the laws of the United States, that was the final request for speaking to a supervisor. Everything that you said after that can and will be used against you because again, I'm calling to report fraud at the Social Security Administration, and the only thing stopping me from doing that right now is you. So I want to talk to your supervisor. We don't have anything else to say to each other.
Sorry, we seem to be having trouble. Thank you for calling the Social Security Fraud Hotline.
Hi?
Yes, sir, I apologize. Just give me one moment, please.
Mm-hmm. I'm calling back because I know she's playing on the phone, so
You have
and
reached the
she
Social
still
Security
has
Fraud
remote
Hotline.
control of my
Please listen
phone.
carefully as our menu options.
So whoever, probably Jessica, still has control of my phone, so I can't stop her from hanging up the phone while I try to get the supervisor.
All right, sir. So I understand what you said before. I have been speaking to a supervisor, and once again, after I tried to see if they were available, they are still not available, and they stated that I can assist you with taking a report on the matter for you. So if you would like, we could continue with the report, and I can start off with your first and last name.
Zori Rush,
Could you spell that for me?
Zorri.
Last name?
Rush, Rush.
All right. And your address?
6912 Mount Vernon Road, Eupora, Mississippi 39744.
All right, one moment, please. And a good telephone number for you.
662-753-1249.
And can I have the first and last name of the special agent?
Special Agent Jeremy Pilburn. And as I stated earlier, the only information that I have on Special Agent Jeremy Pilburn is that he has provided false information that claimed that I did not file Office of Inspector General report on August the, what am I looking at? August the 30th, 2022. That's the date I filed it. I filed more than that one, but on the date that this happened, that one at least should have been available to the Office of
Okay.
Inspector General. So at least that officer should have known that that was report was filed when he said that it wasn't.
Okay. And just to clarify, you said that you had no other information on him, no phone number, anything.
I've
given in the
never,
letter?
like I told you, ma'am, I filed this report in August of 2022, and I haven't heard from the Office of Inspector General. So why anyone at the Office of Inspector General would be talking to someone else about me, I don't know. But that's
Okay.
what I have here is that he claims that there is no there has not been a complaint filed by me, and I can tell you now, and you should be able to look in your system now and see that that is a false statement, that I actually did file one.
All right. So I'll get more specific details in just a moment. Can I have your date of birth?
10/4/77. Can you tell me what you're gonna do with that?
It's just information that's requested. If you would like it to not be inputted in the report, I can take it out.
I don't
It's just
really,
basic contact
I don't,
information.
I don't see the point of asking for personal identifying information if I provided you with information that says I already have a report there. So if you could omit those questions if they aren't absolutely necessary.
All right. So the most recent report you had made, do you know the date?
I have to look. The 8:30. That would. I'm almost certain that's it. 8/30/2022. I'll look and make sure. I will look to make certain, but I would want you looking for another one because what this, if this turns out to be is valid, because like I can't find him to see if he actually did this, if he actually told this lie, and I'm not going to look for him because all I'm supposed to do is call you guys and tell you he told this lie, and then you're supposed to look for him. But I don't want to misconstrue the entire issue that he's tied to, because this Office of Inspector General report that was filed on August the 30th, if he's concealing that report, he's also trying to conceal attempted murder, because this report says that the employees named in this report are actively trying to kill me. That's why it's a written report instead of me saying it verbally. The only reason why I'm calling to give the verbal report is because this report says, this document that I have says that the inspector was from your offices, that it was an office, Social Security Administration Office of Inspector General special agent. So you guys should be able to find him very easily and see if he lied and said that I did not file that August 30th report. Because if he did, then he's also hiding.
Clarify, sir,
Yes.
the report that you made on August 30th, was it to the Social Security Administration Office of the Inspector General?
That is
or
a-
was it to... Yes?
It's to the Social Security Administration Office of Inspector General. I have a response back from them, and it's not the first time that I've used that. Like I said, this.
And you stated it was a
It is a written report. It is a
Okay.
written report.
Okay, one moment, please. And you stated, when did you receive the letter, the one that you're calling about today?
I just got it. I just got it today. That's why it's so urgent to me, is because I just got it today. And since August the 30th, I have informed the Inspector General that the actions that they were about to read are substantial evidence that proves that people at the Social Security Administration are depriving me of the civil liberty of saying that I have fraudulent records. It actually says that in there, is that the Social Security Administration is depriving me of the right to say that my records are fraudulent. That's what alarmed me when the agency who's supposed to be inspecting that says someone sent me a letter today, says they questioned the agency that's supposed to be inspecting that, and the agent, this Mr. Pilburn or whoever he is, says that it never even happened, that I never even filed the report. That's shocking to me. That is absolutely shocking, because this document that I got was an attempt to arrest me. Of course, I haven't been arrested since we're on the phone, but what this document that I have in my hand actually is saying, the only thing that's relevant to your fraud investigation is that he lied when he said that there was no But this document.
I interrupt you, sir. I just want to prevent you from having to repeat yourself. Could you spell Jeremy, his last name for me?
Pilburn. And what this document is actually stating is Jeremy Pilburn is trying to have me arrested.
Okay.
Says instead of him saying that I filed a fraud investigation to investigate Social Security Administration employees, this document says someone talked to Special Agent Jeremy Pilburn, and Mr. Pilburn tried to have me arrested, which, of course, as you know, would be retaliation for me filing that report. I expect that, ma'am. I'm in Mississippi. I don't know where you are, but the report that I filed not only provides proof that the people who committed this crime are actually retaliating against me by trying to throw me in jail, trying to hit me with cars, and I mean, there's all kinds of things that are going on here. The only thing what's bothers me right now is I'm exposed to news where we're getting ready to go to war with another country, and I just had an officer put a document that in my hand that says another officer in our country, not in another country, in our country, is trying to bring our whole country down. Just two police officers trying to bring our whole country down while we're at war. I know it doesn't mean a lot to you, but I'm in Mississippi. I know what they're doing.
All right. And you stated that you had a claim ID or report number for the previous report you made. Was that correct?
Not the one that I made with you guys, the one I made with the Social Security Administration's teleservice, because the report I filed with the Office of Inspector General also needed an accompany report to be filed with the Social Security Administration to remove my fraud. So they filed a report at teleservice, and I sent one to the Office of Inspector General.
Okay.
Now they gave me an SSI fraud allegation number and told me the Social Security Administration told me that if I had questions about that to call you guys. I just never did. Would you like that number?
Sure, sir. And this is the number for what exactly?
I guess something that the Social Security Administration uses to identify fraud allegations. They said they sent it to you. They said they sent it to you, and it's how you identify the Social Security Administration putting in a fraud allegation. And you don't know what that number is.
No, sir.
Okay. Let me get it for you. Here it is. 8. No, that's a different number. There it is. 159206. The oddest part about this, you may want to note this. This fraud claim is already at the United States Department of Treasury for a claim against the United States. So this guy, this Pilburn guy is messing up pretty bad because this would also be an obstruction of a Treasury Department process. Because I've already, since I didn't hear from you guys about doing anything, I've already sent a demand letter to the United States Department of Treasury for the recovery of my funds caused by the fraud. So he would be, this investigator, this special agent, would also be obstructing that procedure by trying to put me in jail.
All right. So I do believe I have all the information I need to go ahead and submit this report for you, okay?
And there are no identifying markers for filing a claim on this hotline. There is no means of me documenting the fact that you filed this claim.
Was that a question, sir?
It is a question.
So what I can go ahead and do is I'm going to submit this report here. It will be sent to the Office of Investigations. They will receive it, review it, and then they will take action as they deem appropriate. There is no guarantee that the investigator will contact you, but since you did provide your contact information, if they do have any questions or concerns, they have the ability to reach you. There is no timeline or duration that can be given for this report, and we do not provide any report IDs or claim numbers.
So there is the answer to my question. I know you were going to read that, so you don't have to read it anymore. And just for clarity, so that we're not mincing words here, there is no way for me to prove that you are actually filing the report that you're telling me you're filing.
We do not provide any claim numbers or report IDs. But
Are you refusing to answer the question? Are you refusing to answer the question? Are you refusing to answer the question the way I've asked it?
You can write down my name. My name is Robin, and the date that you filed the report.
For clarity, ma'am, I've issued a demand to the United States Department of Treasury for recovery of losses that I am now enduring from fraud, waste, and an abuse of office. those abuses of office occur when a person consciously knows on the job that the question that they're asking, being asked on the phone, has an actual answer that is dictated by the Constitution of the United States. But someone takes US dollars and pays that person not to answer it. That's all, ma'am. Ma'am, I have informed you, I have already issued a demand to the United States Department of Treasury for recovery of funds from losses from that. It is not, you have an attorney general that can debate that with me in court. But I'm saying that to you to give you the opportunity to bear your burden, which allows you to remain silent until I get to a court and explain what happened over the phone, where you have the means of providing it, and you're not providing it, and you're comfortable doing your job that way. But you don't work for us, man, when you are comfortable doing your job where you deprive the public of information, especially information involving their private identifying information. You don't do us a service when you pretend that our government has more power than its people. That happens in England. This is not England. This is the United States. Thank you. So are we done? Have you completed with your report?
Yes, sir.
Has it been submitted?
I can assist you with today?
No. Has your report been submitted?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Have a nice rest of your day.
You as well.